Hello and welcome to the Sunday night live stream. And I made it just in time for it to still be actually Sunday, and not into the wee hours of Monday. So, for those of you that are still awake and want to join my late night live stream, let's chat. Whatever you guys want to talk about, do a Q&A, hang out for a little bit, talk about some of the latest videos I did. Oh, Trini, what's up? How's it going? Maybe you can tell me, does everything sound okay over here? On this end? I just ordered a new setup, so when the rest of the pieces come in, hopefully it'll look a little bit better, and I'll have a little bit less clutter in here too. Got a nice light source too, which I already have, but I don't have the rest of the setup to actually put it up there. Sounds good? Awesome. A crazy schedule. Yeah, I'll say. Oh, yes, you are correct. I'm still wearing the same clothes I was wearing yesterday. At least the same shirt here. I went live today unexpectedly for a Sunday morning brunch. More like a breakfast real early. I just wanted to basically test out the new Ethernet cord I have. So I actually hooked it in right here and ran it all the way downstairs. So it's like a 66-foot cable. And I was hoping that the stream would be a lot better, that the audio and the video, just no lag there. So it seems like it worked pretty good. So I'll probably be doing more of those in the kitchen. Whenever I feel like doing something in the kitchen, we'll just live stream it down there. And then on this channel, we'll do like, these. Yeah, the new products I tried, they're really good. I mean, that was the best bacon that I've probably ever had, ever. Cooks super fast. I was putting things away in the refrigerator just a little bit ago, and I realized there was one product I totally forgot to show you guys, and I didn't get to taste test it either. So maybe we'll do that this week, or maybe next Sunday. Who knows? But how's everyone doing tonight? Rebalancer, yes. You suggested that adapter. I didn't even think that. I mean, I probably should have known, but I didn't. I knew that the Ethernet wouldn't plug into my MacBook. So the adapter is pretty nice, and I also got like what is it? I don't know what you call it. Like a little port to plug like 5 different USB into in case I need anything else in there, another camera or something like that. So I should be all set now as far as that goes for the kitchen. Yeah. And I'm just waiting on the rest of the stuff to come here. So I bought like a whole stand. I saw this guy do like a budget stand for your camera setup, and it basically has a stand for your camera, your microphone, and the lighting, and it just hooks right on. So the way I have it right now is I have like a tripod kind of rigged up to lean forward with my camera on it, and I got a light over here, and my table is pushed about 2 feet away from the wall, so I could probably get rid of some of this clutter, and if I just snap it to the end of the desk, and you get the idea. Anyway, you guys are probably not interested in that stuff, but you escaped your heat. Yeah, I've been inside all day too today. As you guys know, I didn't go to sleep until really late, so I ended up falling asleep probably around 1:30 or 2 o'clock my time in the afternoon, and that was from like yesterday, up all night, and then I decided to do that live stream this morning. Brunch is what I did. And then I just tried, well, you'll see it on my Instagram story, but I just tried the new 22-day nutrition peanut butter protein. I did a little Insta story. It's not posted yet. I'll probably post it tomorrow. It's pretty late right now, so I'll wait till tomorrow to post that. You just got done watching the Strong Heart soft opening. Yeah, I think that they did. Well, I actually talked to Craig's sister Kara today, and she was asking me. She was asking me a question about the menu, but we got talking. She went there today, and it was like really crowded because today was the first day it was open to the general public. So, yeah, just as I expected, like really crowded there. Everybody wanted to go. You finally cracked open your epic vegan cookbook. Which cookbook is that, Cicely? Is that what it's called? Epic Vegan Cookbook? $64 degrees in Cali. That's a perfect temperature for me. I like that. Also, and I know I got to do a separate video, but I keep telling you guys here. So I actually talked to the guy that I'm going to be working with on the movie. He's going to be a producer. So he has like crew and all that stuff, and he has the know-how, and he's already worked on movies in the past. So I talked to him for a little bit today. I mean, it's hard. We're not going to be able to do it until the pandemic is over. But I think everybody pretty much knew that. Some of the reasons for that is just to make a regular movie, to do the things that you would normally do is going to cost a lot more than it normally would because of COVID, you know. Just for instance, catering. Catering is going to be more expensive right now during the pandemic than it would normally be if there was no pandemic. And, you know, just getting people together and stuff, and it's just people would need to get tested before they came in, and it's not, I don't have a Hollywood budget, and I just can't afford to have like a canceled thing that I paid for or anything like that. So we're going to have to wait for the pandemic to be over with before we can start shooting. But we were talking about like what time of year, like I always had it set on like fall around here because there are, well, spoiler alert, there's some scenes with like some cornfield where the corn's really tall, but I was compromising. Maybe we could do it in the summer or the fall. So that'll give us a bigger window of time to do things. But a lot of it is also like he actually mentioned, you know, since a lot of it is at night, you know, night scenes and stuff like that, we might not really benefit from doing it in the summer because the days are a lot longer in the summer. And if we needed it to be darker earlier, then it would benefit to do it later on in the year. And I'm just not a fan of the spring, so I just don't want to do it in the spring. To me, spring, you know, a lot of people, spring is like, oh, everything's coming back to life and blooming. But for me, it's just mud and rain. And I like the rain, but the muddiness, and I just never like spring. Probably my least favorite season. Some people don't have seasons. We have them all. Winter being the longest. How long and at what temperature do I cook my pizza? I cook my pizza at a fairly higher temperature, about between 430 and 450, and I cook it I keep an eye on it because, you know, I like that perfect crust. But it's around 12 minutes. It might need to be in there a couple minutes more than that, and if you see that it's if the top is kind of burning, depending on your oven, if the top looks like it's done but the bottom doesn't, usually I take the tray out from under it so it's just on the rack, and I'll leave it in there for maybe a minute because that'll cook fast, and then the bottom will come out. It's a learning experience, but yeah, on average probably around 12 or 13 minutes. We've picked places around here where I live to film the movie. Upstate New York, as well as I'm thinking. Well, we got the permission to do so, and I love I love their sanctuary. So maybe we've talked about also shooting scenes over at Tamerlane Farm Sanctuary. I've talked to Janelle about doing it over at Mockingbird Sanctuary. So those are all possibilities, and we might even like incorporate all of them, the sanctuaries, and also here in upstate New York. So that's the plan. Yeah, actually, we were supposed to be doing that was what we were talking about last year. John and I doing a vegan pop-up. We had a place to do it and everything. He hurt his back, so we wanted to put it off, and then after the holidays, and then COVID happened, so it just wasn't working out for us. But that is something that we would want to do at some point. We have a place to do it, and all we have to do is, be able to do it. Did you see his video today? So John's actually looking. Him and Kristen are looking for houses out near the Mockingbird Farm Sanctuary, and he went through a video showing different houses, and it got me wanting to like sell my house and get a new house. And there was one of them that I really liked, but he nicknamed it the Murder Mansion. It was like an old mansion. It was really nice, marble floors. He didn't show it in the video, but he sent me the footage. I got to see it, and I'm falling in love with it. But the only thing is I went to look at it, well, not in person, but I Googled it tonight, and it's already sold. Like 6 acres of land, everything. It was pretty cool. It was like this old, I don't know if it's actually a mansion. It kind of looks like a mansion, but it's like this old creepy haunted house with these big pillars. If you look at his video, he shows you the outside, but you don't get to see the inside. Yeah, I also talked to John. I was like, oh, I like the third house. The third house looks amazing. The one that they were looking at. A couple barns there, a lot of space. Yeah, and it was like in like the 6 acres, and looking outside, it looked like a jungle out there, a forest, and I don't think that there was any neighbors. I think there was a church next to it. That's all I know. But you can't look at it anymore because it's sold. It is now today. So happy Monday. Happy Sunday and Monday. There we go. We did a stream on Sunday and Monday. Good night, everyone. Actually, we did 2 streams on Sunday and a stream yesterday too on Saturday. Yeah, there's so much space in that house. It looks nice. They'd once they make it their own, paint it, fix it. I'd be excited too. I hope they get it. Happy Mondays is a British band. Happy Mondays. Happy Monday. Is it a good British band? I've never heard of them. Okay, Holly, have a good night. Yeah, it's pretty late, so if you guys have to go. You never know when I'm going to pop up live. Like today, I did it really early in the morning. Nobody was expecting that, including myself. Yeah, I would definitely want a good kitchen. I'd want a good kitchen and a good office. And I don't want to be so close to neighbors. And I would like to have like a decent backyard for the dogs. My house is fairly large, but everything has taken up all the rooms that I have. So yeah, it feels like there's clutter and stuff. So I always try to get rid of things that I don't need, but I'm very sentimental. So I have things from the past. But I've been pretty good about getting rid of things that I'm just like, okay, I'm never going to use this, just get rid of it. But there are certain things that I have attachment to that I don't know. You guys know that about me. I have memories that I can just look at something that I haven't seen in a long time and be like, okay, that right there, that brings me right back, and I'm very fond of it. So, like I have the toys that I had as a little kid, and I don't want to get rid of them. Like I have, Star Wars and Transformers and Voltron, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. I got all this stuff. And I don't want to get rid of certain things. Yes, that's another thing. So if I could have it my way, if money wasn't an issue, I'd buy a house with a decent kitchen, I would want it to be, away from neighbors. It doesn't have to be like completely in the middle of nowhere, but I don't want a neighbor like, if I'm walking outside, like there's a neighbor right there. But I also want it to be, I want to be able to get to like a Wegmans or like a decent grocery store without having to drive like an hour. So, and there are places around here that are decent like that, like a 15-minute drive, from like a city location or a Wegmans could put you in like a nice area where, like there's a lot of forest and not too many neighbors. So that's just what I want to find, hopefully. Does anyone want to help me buy that house? Yeah, I have some GI Joes. I have a bunch of toys that probably a lot of stuff that most people have never heard of or haven't heard of in a very long time. Does anybody remember like Battle Beast or Visionaries or Bionic 6 or Muscle? Remember Muscles? You get them in that little clear, it kind of look like a garbage can. You open it up and you got these little different Muscles characters, and they look like little wrestlers or something. Garbage Pail Kids, the cards. Some of them are probably worth some money too. I have Voltron still in the box, the original Voltron. Chris's house campaign. Yeah, I have a couple Mad Balls too. I have the one that looks like a mummy, and then just like I don't know how to explain it, like a monster face. Mad Balls. And then there's some that, I don't have these, but do you remember like Wuzzles? Do you remember Wuzzles? Or Popimals? Yeah. We'll go into some obscure ones that a lot of people probably forgot or never heard of before. Rest in peace of the Cajun Seitan bits. I told you guys I burned my fingers today, and guess what? Like I'm lucky, but maybe it's because of my vegan powers. I didn't get a blister. I literally so I was heating up my cast iron after I seasoned it, and without even thinking, I was cleaning the stove off. I moved the cast iron, and I picked up the grate to put it in the sink to wash it, and not even thinking that it was like it just came off of the flame. And my two fingers right here sizzled. So I put them under the water, and it hurt the entire time I did the live stream. But I have no blisters, and you can't even see a burn mark. You can't see a burn mark or anything on either one of them. It's like I healed already. It does feel like it feels a little bit smoother right there. It's like I burned off my fingerprints. I don't know. You ever hear an old annoying ad from your childhood and become angry? I think at the time I probably would get annoyed at some of the ads, but if I heard any of them now, it would probably give me some kind of nostalgia. I don't think I would get angry. What's the temperature over here? I don't know. I haven't really been outside too much today. I went outside to take the dogs out earlier. Let's see what it is right now. It is midnight, by the way. Yeah, it's 79 degrees right now. I might go for a walk in a little while after this. West Coast, you described my area property, 10-20 minutes from two cities, perfect. Remote city inn, amazing chef-style kitchen, thinking of moving him. Wow, send me pictures of your kitchen, your house. I'd love to see it. I like to see people's kitchens because even if I'm not going to buy it, I'm like, oh my God, I'd love to shoot a video there. If you have a kitchen I can come to and shoot a video. Well, more so when I used to do it with John because we'd set everything up and I would get creative with my video shooting. I wish there was two of me. I wish I could film myself while I was in front of the camera as well. You guys heard me say this before. Like the whole tripod thing is just. You live in an apartment where see, I hate that, where your neighbors are smoking and stuff like that. I've lived in several apartments before, and some were better than others, but I always hate smelling other people's smoke. I don't care what other people do, but I don't want to smell it because of their habits. And that goes with my dad too. My dad smokes, so I don't want to smell it when he smokes. $78 there. Wow, it's same here. We're like a degree above. You've been wanting to move back to Scotland? No fingerprints. Good. Yeah, I'm good. Good for criminal. Or good if you just don't want to show up on the radar. I'm the vegan Jesus. People have been calling me that for years. Probably a good 7 or 8 years since I had the long hair. People have been calling me vegan Jesus. Some people have it in their phone when I call them. It says vegan Jesus. I've been called vegan Jesus. I've been called Jared Leto lookalike. Somebody said, I don't know if it was my Instagram, somebody said that if I put a hat on, Zac Efron, I don't know. I've been watching his show Down to Earth, by the way. It's pretty cool. Him and Darren Olean, they go to different countries and they look at like natural resources, water stuff. They've been to Iceland, where my friend lives. So I snapped her some pictures of that, and she's like, "Oh my God, that's right by where I live." Costa Rica, Paris. I think I'm on the episode 4 right now. So it's on Netflix. It's new if you guys want to check it out. Call me Chris. Yeah, that's good. You can call me Chris. You can call me Zombie. People call me Zombie. Cesar said, it was funny. We were at Expo, and Conscious Chris from... you guys know Conscious Chris? He was there, and Cesar was saying something about Chris, and he was like, oh my God, Chris, there's 2 Chris's here, meaning like something, I forgot what the other thing was, I don't know why I can't remember, but it wasn't me. I'm like, dude, what about, he goes, Zombie too. I'm like, Cesar, what's my name? He's like, oh, your name's Chris too. He totally forgot my name was Chris because he calls me Zombie all the time. Mantis. The only person that calls me Topher is Craig. No Egg Craig calls me Topher. And I call him Craigifer. Or No Egg Craigery or something. Yeah, I heard that people call Earthly and Ed vegan Jesus too. But just remember, I was vegan Jesus first. I have a picture of me in a sheet looking like Jesus. And I stopped traffic. Literally, it happened. I stopped traffic. It was a green light and they weren't going. They were looking at me. Tommy, I know. I'm with you, man. I can't stand that. When I smell people smoke and there's not, especially in the wintertime, it just like lingers, and if you walk near it, it gets on your clothes and then you smell like smoke. It's awful. If I make it to Cali, Puddle Jump, well, I don't know where there is. The Cali is a pretty big state. You got to tell me where you are. I got to go to Ireland too. Gregland? You think I'm cuter than Jared Leto? Wow, thank you. That's a compliment. Can I walk on water and swim through land? I've tried walking on water before. I can do it for maybe one step when I'm jumping into a pool. The second step isn't as successful, so probably not. Well, how do we know what Jesus even looks like? I got to go to New Hampshire and hike Mount Monadnock. I drove through New Hampshire 4 years ago. That's the last time I've been to New Hampshire. I went there a few times when I was younger. When I was like 18, a few friends and I went up there, and my friend's dad had a cabin up there, and we went and we shot like a movie there. If I ever find it like on my old VHS tapes, I'll show you guys. If it's even appropriate to show you guys, I don't know. Like we probably weren't using the best words. We probably were swearing and cussing. I don't know. So who knows? Maybe I'll have to highly edit it. I still haven't. Oh no, I did. I did see Leto's Joker. Yeah, I wasn't a fan either. He's not happy about it. He's not happy about not being in the new ones. But I don't know. I think he's a great actor, though. I think he's a great singer too. So he's in a lot of movies. He's a good actor. So that's like a compliment saying that. I still haven't seen the Joaquin Phoenix Joker either, but I did see Iron Giant. You keep inviting Jeremy. I actually haven't talked to Jeremy in a little while either. Or maybe I don't know. You probably talk to him more than I do. I don't know. I need to give him a call and see if he wants to go hike or skate or something. The Last Mortal Guy. Yes, Immortal Guy. Mortal Guy. Wait, The Last Mortal Guy. What was that? It was where he's in that white room. I forgot the name of that. Oregon. Wait, I thought you said Cali. I thought you said Oregon a long time ago. And then I thought you said Cali up there. So now I'm confused. Unless it's Oregon Cali that I didn't know. Yeah, it's like I think it's like some long name. It's I mean, I can Google it. I don't like Googling things though. Like I like to figure it out. Like I'm like I'll get it. Isn't it like I'm doing it just because we're live here. So I'm gonna see what we're looking for. Come on. Unless somebody can say exactly what we're thinking. Let me see. It's called Wait a minute, is it not showing up? Oh, Mr. Nobody, right? Yeah, Mr. Nobody. Did somebody say that? That's the movie you're talking about, I'm assuming. Right now I have the most greasy hair. It's actually not that greasy, but... Yeah, I think it's Mr. Nobody is the one you're talking about. Morbius is in post-production right now, coming out next year. Yeah, we guessed this stuff back in the day. Like nobody wanted to fact check anything back in the day because that meant going to the library and the card catalog and doing some actual research. I mean, I'm thinking about it like school must be so much easier today than it was when we were younger, because when we would have to write a paper and we'd have to cite like 3 to 5 sources, like we had to go read these books and you couldn't search what you needed to look for, and just you had to go to the library and bring these books home in your backpack, and then, oh man. And now it's like how to cite a source, APA style or whatever. Let's not talk about school. I'm done. It's over and done with. I don't want to think about it. Libraries are, yeah, so weird to think about that. Rest in peace, cookbook. I think in the future nobody will have to go to school. They'll plug their head in. Okay, here's 3rd grade for you. I know 3rd grade. I know Kung Fu. Yep, AJ. I've used a typewriter. I've used a word processor. Did you know that do you know the... I don't think a lot of people know this, but if you look at a keyboard, on the top, on the top, you can spell... You can spell typewriter only using the top row. Typewriter. Top row. They did that on purpose. Elon Musk, Neuralink. Yeah. No thanks. Yeah, you never experience the pain of making a typo on a typewriter. You're halfway done with your paper and, oh my God, give me some whiteout and then line it back up. And they were so loud. My dad had the word processor, so you'd write everything out, and then you'd print it, and then the paper would come out, and it took forever, but it worked. What else did we do back then? School was definitely different than it is now. I think when I was in... I'm trying to think. What... I don't think we even had... I don't think we had any computers until I was in high school. And then when I was in high school, there was a couple classes that actually had a computer. But they were so primitive, there's really not much to do on it. I had some friends that, that had computers, and I ended up getting a Commodore 64, and that was like the beginning of it. Like, yeah, and then I just use them for games. And then oh, I was probably like long time ago. Maybe I was like 17 or 18, and they came out with this thing called the Snappy, which was basically you would hook this little thing up to your camcorder, and then you'd plug it into your computer. And this is in the mid 90s, early to mid 90s, and you could take your footage off of your camcorder. I don't know if you could actually take footage or if you can only snap a picture from the footage. So all of my video footage, I thought it was the greatest thing at the time. I was like making pictures from the videos that I had taken, and I thought it was great. And then I met this rich kid in Florida, and he had like this video editor. So he had like high video editor machine. So I'm like, oh man, like you could make like legit commercials and videos and stuff. Because what I was doing at that point was I had one VCR on top of another VCR, and I'd be recording on one, and I'd be playing and stop and record, and that's how I would edit. It was like basically how they used to edit movie film, with like splicing and cutting and everything together. And basically I was doing it on VHS tapes. Oh my God, it's so much easier today. Cursive, I was just talking about that the other day because my niece is learning to write and properly, and I asked, I'm like, do they still do cursive? I don't think I got an answer. I think I got a laugh. I think it was my dad was laughing at me. Cursive. Now that's a name I haven't heard in a long time. A long time. They don't do cursive anymore? I liked cursive. I don't know. I feel like I do my own cursive. I still do cursive sometimes. I just kind of I wrote a word. It wasn't a bad word. Don't worry. Do they still teach Sanskrit? That just reminded me of a funny story. Cursive is no longer taught. It's an old, ancient skill. I was just reading that and then it got deleted. I didn't see what it said though. Oh, I can view a deleted message. Okay, let's see. Vegan fearmonger. I don't know what you're talking about there. Can I write my name with both hands? Yes, but not at the same time. The left hand is obviously it's harder, not really ambidextrous in that sense. I'm also regular foot when I skateboard or snowboard. The Scary Movie in the Woods where it was all one cut on a Super 8. Are you talking about the Blair Witch? Because that's not... I'm not sure what you're talking... All one cut. There was one that... I think it's amazing when you see, like, something go on that is done in, like, one cut. They did that with True Detective in one of the scenes that was pretty amazing. Not the whole show, but there was a really long scene that went on that was like, wow. And then there was another one. There was a horror movie. I don't remember the name of it, but Elizabeth Olsen was in it. Ashley and Mary Kate's sister. Your cat loves Miyoko's mozzarella. Have I been to Binghamton University? No. No. But I've been to Binghamton, just not the university. So cats can't be vegan, right? Okay, so technically a cat wouldn't be a vegan. Plant-based. There are plant-based foods for cats. The problem is if some it works for some cats and some it doesn't because they can't synthesize all of the amino acid chains they need, like taurine, and they can get really sick. So there is a vegan cat food called AMI, AMI. I don't really know too much about it, but I know that they have the things that they need. So it's something you got to talk to your vet about. Most vets are going to tell you no anyway. Some vets will even tell you dogs can't be either, but that's not true. Now, if you have a cat that goes outside, I would say probably you'd be fine feeding a cat a plant-based diet because what they're not getting, they're probably killing and eating outside somewhere anyway. Because a cat is an obligate carnivore, so it's going to hunt, it's going to kill. That's what cats do. Have I ever rollerbladed before? I've tried them out. I wouldn't ever call myself a rollerblader, but yeah, I've put them on and tried to roll around. But I am an avid skateboarder, so. No, I never had moon shoes. Those came out way after I was already an adult, but I used to be loss prevention. I worked at a few different stores, including Target, and they have those really nice smooth floors, and I would watch on the cameras these kids coming out with those shoes. Those are the shoes you're talking about, right? The ones with the wheels on them, and they'd be like walking 1 second, and next second they're like on their like. I'm like, that looks so fun. How is the bourbon chocolate? So I don't do alcohol, so I didn't try the bourbon chocolate. I still have it right here, bourbon chocolate. So if anybody else has tried that, let us know how it tastes. I will get around to trying these. It's just, guys, right now I'm eating healthy. Today was like the worst I've eaten for the taste test that I did, but other than that, I'm back on eating super healthy. So it's not like I'm wasting these or I'm not going to eat them. At some point I will, but right now I'm just going to stick with my diet, what I'm doing. Have you ever walked on the wild side? When I was in like 8th grade, I think I took a walk on the wild side with Marky Mark. It wasn't with Lou Reed, but hey, it was the times are changing, so. Oh, moon shoes are trampolines on your feet. So I think I know what you're talking about. Those, I want to try those. No, I've never tried those. The ones where they can bounce around and jump, and those look really cool. I didn't graduate in the 80s. No, not me. In the 80s, I was growing up as I became a teenager in the 80s, yeah. You're going to eat only produce from the market for a week. I felt good vibrations when I was in the 80s and then again in the mid 90s. Yeah. Yeah, I had a friend in Florida that owned this little black punch bug car, and he had a Beach Boys cassette tape stuck in there. So as soon as he turned it on, we would listen to the Beach Boys wherever we went, and it would just be on repeat over and over and over and over. And yeah, fun times. So we had good vibrations. I actually graduated in the 60s. Veganism has paid off. You're right, but it was the 1860s. Schools were different then. I was older than you are now. No, I was younger than you are now, but I was a man at that time. Times were different. Yeah, I graduated in the mid 90s. But I am older than you. And happy birthday this week. I don't know what day, but happy birthday this week. Who likes these videos? Thumbs up if you like these videos. We just come here and we talk about whatever we want to talk about. You had the same cassette issue with Huey Lewis. My brother loved Huey Lewis. I just went through some old VHS tapes over here, and there's one of my brother, dressed up like Huey Lewis when he was like, I don't know, he had to have been like 8 with his guitar, and he's playing the air guitar, playing Hip to Be Square, and my dad was just filming him. That's what I've been doing lately, is taking all these old videos and putting them on my computer. So when I get them all ready, I'm going to put them in certain videos in a folder, and then I'll do it live, and we'll go over some videos, and I'll just react and tell you guys the stories behind them, if anybody's interested in that. See how I grew up when I was younger. I'm Louis from Interview with the Vampire. I'd rather be Lestat, but it's funny because I was just talking about that to my friend last night. We were walking around our town out here because, well, who cares why? But anyway, I was telling him about the story about Lestat and how cool it was, and it made me wonder. I wish they would turn the Vampire Lestat into a movie. It's my favorite one. But anyway, yeah. Oh yeah, I heard about that, Tommy. And I totally forgot about it until you just said that. There's an Obi-Wan show coming out on Disney Plus. That's cool. I'll have to order it again. I have Disney Plus for a year for free since The Mandalorian came out, because I have Verizon, and if you have Verizon, you get it for free for 1 year. But a year is almost up now already, so I'm gonna have to reorder it when it comes out. You know I don't want the effects of alcohol, but why don't you eat food if alcohol is in it? I don't know. Maybe I'm weird like that. Maybe I'm a little bit OCD. I've always said alcohol, no. It's not because I just don't want it in my body. So yeah, maybe that's taking it a little far, but I don't eat things that have alcohol in it. That's just me. Like, I mean, I know other people that identify as straight edge that do eat things with alcohol in it. It's kind of hard too because there's a lot of things that have, alcohol in it. Who would I want to cast as Lestat? Somebody asked me that recently, and I don't know. I'm not sure. I know they wanted to. I saw an art. I don't know if this was they were thinking about it and then they just dropped the idea. But at one point, there was an article that they were going to use Jared Leto for the new one, and I would be cool with that. He's a good actor. And people say I look like him, so maybe I could try to identify as a stat. I don't know. No, I don't know. I'm not sure who I would pick. I wouldn't be able to tell you like right off the top of my head, but if I like took some time and looked at a bunch of actors, I could probably pick one out. I never watched the cartoons of the Clone Wars or any of the Star Wars cartoons. Or no, wait, maybe I started to watch one and I didn't finish. You haven't seen Interview with a Vampire? It's a good movie. I've seen that movie more than any other movie I've ever watched. Can you say obsessed? I loved it. I loved it because I love vampires, but I went to see it with some friends that totally fell asleep and didn't like it. I think that they thought it was going to be more action-packed and stuff, but this is basically like, let's pretend vampires were real. Let's tell a life story of a vampire. That's how it was. It wasn't like, like other vampire movies you see where like Underworld or something like that. This was trying to make it as realistic as possible. All right, so yeah, the way so I'm still weird about it because if you really like I've done a lot of research into it, like because a lot of people say when you cook with it, when you bake with it, when stuff like that, the alcohol content evaporates out, and that is true to an extent, but everything that I've researched says that there's always a small percent that will never be evaporated out or cooked out of something. So I'm just like, all right, that's cool. Just like with CBD and stuff like that. So you never know. It's got to be certain pure and everything. And everybody's asking about CBD these days. And I'm like, I'm straight edge. I don't do any kind of drugs. I don't smoke marijuana. I don't want the effects of any of that. So looking into that, it was too confusing. So I'm just like, you know what? It's okay. I don't need CBD. I actually just did a thing on my Instagram last night from Interview with the Vampire, and it's probably it's gone. It's gone now. They're only up for 24 hours, but I tried to put the music from the Interview with the Vampire in the background, but it was overpowering what I was saying, so I left it out, and it is gone now. So basically, I was walking around downtown where I live last night, and it was in the dark, and there's like this little amphitheater stage where people get together and stuff, and I went up there and I had my friend do like an Instagram boomerang of me. I had like a fun idea, but then I took it and I realized I was right in the shadows, and as I came out, like the lights were right on my face, so I just recreated a scene from Interview with a Vampire. It was stupid, but whatever. Well, Mantis, I wanted the music from when Tom Cruise was playing the piano. You've been a naughty, a very very naughty girl. I could call my... Well, Dr. Marge, funny thing is when I came up with the name for the vegan zombie, I actually came up with the name vegan vampire first. I thought, I want to incorporate horror with, me being vegan. How can I do that? Vegan vampire. That sounds cool. Vegan werewolf. Vegan zombie. Oh, wow. I could do vegan zombie. And I went with vegan zombie. I love vampires more than zombies, obviously. But I thought for the channel idea, I would go with vegan zombie for specific reasons. Vampires have no soul. I'd rather be a werewolf. Except for Lestat. Lestat is not damned. That's what's so interesting about Lestat's story. He's unique. He's the only one that didn't have a choice. He was made a vampire against his will. And that's what makes him so special for the story and also for Anne Rice. She really loves the character of Lestat. I did watch Vampire Diaries. I've never finished it, and I've tried to go back and catch up. I don't remember what season I got to, maybe 5 or 6. But I liked it. I'll tell you this much. I started watching True Blood, and I really liked True Blood. And then True Blood got to a point where it was just so ridiculous. And I'm like, you know what? I like Vampire Diaries better than True Blood because True Blood just totally lost it. It started out pretty awesome, and then it just I don't hear many people talking about True Blood anymore. I don't know if it ended or I don't know what the deal is. No, in the movie, Claudia was like, I think in her 50s or 60s, but she never grew beyond like age 7 or 8, whatever she was when Louis made her a vampire. What's the pre-made vegan cookie dough that you found? I didn't find Motel Hell. I can't remember I can't remember. That was a while ago. I think I watched a trailer and I think you said it was like the wrong one or I watched something different. I can't remember. That was a while ago. Do I think James Franco could pull off a good Lestat? Oh, hi, Mark. I mean, he's a good actor. He probably could. I don't know if that would be the best choice. I don't know. Maybe. I know that Anne Rice did not. She was mad. She did not want Tom Cruise to be Lestat, but after she saw his performance, she was very quite pleased with it. And I think he did an amazing job too. Vegan Source, yes. I love the vampire Lestat. The way he becomes a vampire with Marius is just, that's my favorite story. And I just told my friend that story last night. Good night, Julie. And if I don't talk to you, have a happy birthday. Yeah, the one with Tom Cruise and Brad Pitt. I think Interview with the Vampire had a pretty good cast. You have Antonio Banderas playing Armand, Louis Lestat, Claudia. I guess we're going to have to wait to see who Anne Rice picks. Because it's clear what he looks like in her head more than anyone. Yeah, Christian. True story. Christian Slater, he donated all the money he made for that movie because he came in late to play that part. That part was supposed to be for River Phoenix, and then River Phoenix died. So Christian Slater did it and donated all the money that he made from the movie. My brother met Christian Slater. They were gleaming the cube together. But you asked the wrong questions. Gary Olson. Let's see who Gary Olson is. Gary Olson? I don't see a Gary Olson. Yeah, people have been telling me that I should get PS4 and play Days Gone? Days Gone? Zombie? Yeah, do you mean Gary Oldman? Gary Oldman is an amazing actor, but he played Dracula, so I don't think he should cross over to play Lestat. Gary Oldman played the best Dracula ever. Well, let me see. Let's see. Lestat is supposed to look like Anne Rice's late husband. Alright, I'm looking at him right now. Yeah, I could see that. Yeah. Yeah, it would have to be somebody that was in their 20s to play Lestat. Lestat was changed when he was younger. He was like, he was a prince or a duke. He was of royalty. And it was a long time ago. He got turned, I think, in like the 14, 15, or 1600s. I mean, I'm looking up this important information for you guys right now. So, 1780? No, wait a minute. No, wait, no, he had to have been a vampire way before that. If somebody can find that, it's saying early 1700s, but I think it was earlier than that. Maybe I'm wrong. Cameron Monaghan. I'm not sure who that is. Let me Google. I'll Google and I'll tell you what I think. Cameron Monaghan as Lestat. Maybe. I think they'd have to dye his hair a different color though. No, I don't think DiCaprio could. He's too old now. DiCaprio has more of a round face. I think Lestat is supposed to be very gaunt and slender. Actually, not even joking. Like if he wasn't typecast as being Edward Cullen, Robert Pattinson has the look to do it. But no, he would. That would ruin it just because of Twilight. Let me Google him. I'm not sure who that is either. Nick Holt. Maybe. I don't know who he is, but yeah, he looks like he possibly maybe. Why I don't know any of these people that you guys are like. Let me Google this guy. Jamie Doman. Let me see what I think of Jamie. No, I don't think he would be a good Lestat. He could be a good vampire, but at least the pictures I'm seeing here. He looks a little bit old in some of these pictures. I don't know how old he is. Some of them he looks okay to possibly do it, but okay. All right, I'll just do it. I'll play Lestat. Yeah, right now I play games on just my PC right here, and mainly EverQuest. Harry Styles. Let's see. Actually, the one where he has long hair, possibly. Shout out to EverQuest. Stronghearts posted their new menu. Well, I already know what's on it, so I don't need to go look for it. But yeah, that's awesome. They have front and back of their new menu. Yeah, I think he said he was waiting to do that after the soft open, just to make sure everything. He wanted to work out anything that he needed to do. And have you been there yet? Did you go today? Yeah, I did. I Googled Anne Rice's husband. And I can see where she gets, like, I mean, he's got that stare that could totally be like that vampire allure kind of stare. You got takeout? What'd you get? The Cajun seitan was removed? Do they still have that up at the hill? Is that why you were? Is that why you were? You said rest in peace, Cajun, earlier. The fried chicken sandwich. How was that? Yeah, Last of Us. That's what they wanted me to play. Last of Us. No, I haven't played that. I don't know if you're talking to me or not. But they don't have that for the computer. So yeah, that's why people told me to get the PS4. But I don't even know how much the PS4 is. eBay, $100. No, that can't be right. Sony PlayStation 4. How much is this? Can I just get a price somewhere? It's not showing me a price anywhere. PS4. Buy now. $400. Yeah, I wasn't looking to pay that much to play a game. Do I have an air fryer? Yes, I used it today in my live stream. I use it just about every day. PS5 is part coffee maker. I wouldn't be surprised. Witcher 3? Yeah, I have that and I haven't played it yet. Because I started playing Witcher 2 first. I wanted to start with 2 and then get to 3 and then EverQuest got in the way. But I do have Witcher 3. House Fun is better than the PlayStation. I'm channeling. Yeah, it was. It was a game first. I bought a bundle where it came with Witcher 1, 2, and 3. Witcher 1 was nothing like what the 2 and 3 are. A totally different kind of game. So I started with number 2. I played Skyrim for a little bit too when it came out. But you should check out EverQuest. I think I told you about it before. Play EverQuest with us. We play that. A few of us play that, and the ones that don't watch us play it. Jedi Fallen Order is for PC. I used to play the what is it called? Star Wars. It was like EverQuest. It was like a MMO. What happened to Ray Slever? I know I haven't seen him in a long time. Yeah, Knights of the Old Republic, I think it was. You can make a character, and everybody else is playing. You can go to different galaxy planets, and let's see. I think I was a Sith. Well, guys, I don't know what else to talk about. Anyone doing anything fun tomorrow? This week? Where do you get banned from? Decluttering your house, that's kind of what I was doing today. Or decluttering the room here. My office. You're making sourdough bread? I gotta feed my starter, actually. Thanks for reminding me. Maybe I'll finish watching some of that documentary that Zac Efron one. You're on vacation in your house. I feel like I'm always on a vacation in my house. Do I have any ghost stories? Yeah, I got a few ghost stories. I made videos about them last Halloween time. You guys check them out over there. I tell them, but I feel like I tell them way too much. I feel like I feel like I tell them at least once a month, and like they're the same ones. Like I don't have any new ones. Jackfruit gravy like chicken with potatoes tonight. Nice. You're tearing me apart. Oh, hi, Mark. I just watched that again not too long ago, like a week or two ago. You haven't been able to make jackfruit stuff taste pretty. I did a barbecue jackfruit tacos a while back. It's a pretty good recipe if you guys want to check that out. I never found out what that weird light was on my camera. It was just really weird. If you guys don't know what I'm talking about, video I put out a week or two ago. Weird lights lighting up around me while I was sleeping. Oh, I might work in my front yard tomorrow. Pull up some weeds, maybe mow the lawn. Sounds fun, huh? Yesterday was your birthday, and you're 30. Well, happy birthday, Dragon Fruit Slayer. Dragon Fruit. You tried my recipe and you made it not taste good. Aw. It was a while ago. I don't know, maybe 5 or 6 years ago. Maybe not. I don't know. Somewhere around there. I haven't had jackfruit in a while, though. They actually cut down some jackfruit in that documentary that I was just watching when they were in Costa Rica. I don't know. I don't really have anything else to talk about. So maybe we should end the stream. You guys have a good night. We'll talk again soon. I often do that. I often let my sourdough sit overnight, and then I cook it in the morning, bake it when I get up. Not the morning, but when I get up. All right, guys, I'm going to let everybody get going, do whatever you need to do, and we'll think about who's going to be the best Lestat another night. So thanks for hanging out, everybody, and I'll see you soon.